Back on my garden reclamation project here. Got back with some steel. So here's what I'm going to use to build my drag to level out the area there. I went and picked up 2 lengths of 1.5 1/8 inch thick angle steel, and I had a couple pieces left over from past projects of 1 inch angle steel. So I think I have a little over 2 feet stick, a 2-foot piece, and then I got 6-footers of the 1.5 inch. So that will become my drag. Next couple days here, I'll get that welded together and we'll see how she works. All right, I finally got some time here to start working on my drag for leveling some dirt in the lawn. I have this 1.5 by 1.5 1/8 inch thick angle steel here. 2 6-foot pieces of that. I've got some leftover 1 inch angle steel from some previous projects. I'm going to keep this thing super simple. I want to be able to tow it with my lawn tractor, which doesn't have a lot of traction. So I'm going to keep it 6 feet by 2 feet, I think, relatively small and lightweight, and also have the option to pull it by hand. So I'm going to lay this thing out and get started. So I've tried a lot of different ways of cutting metal over the years. What I found on this angle steel, just a good old-fashioned hacksaw, if I'm only doing a couple cuts, works just fine. I've used pneumatic zip wheels, you know, the cutoff tool with a real thin wheel, works good. Makes a lot of noise, makes a lot of sparks, gets dust everywhere. I've got a 4.5 inch grinder, I've got an 8 inch grinder. Pretty overkill for this. Of course, then you also get a big kerf, shooting sparks all over. Really not. All right, I've got my pieces cut. Let's lay this bad boy out. I've got my overall drag laid out here. Here's what I'm thinking. I would like to be able to make it flippable. So how I have it laid out is with the edge or the corner, the less aggressive face coming this way. And I think that's how I'm gonna to start with this. However, if I want more of a scraping action, I can just flip this piece over. And because I've got the smaller 1-inch angle steel here, it's recessed in there and shouldn't interfere on the edges there. But I've got a piece of that on each side and then one in the middle just as a stiffener. Through holes right here, and I think I'm just going to use a bolt or a eye bolt with a nut on the back side. I can hook my pull to that. I can put one on either side, so if I flip it over, actually I don't even need to do that, I'll just flip it over, keep it at that one side. So all I have to do next is clear up some space here. I think get this thing on the floor and tack it together and see how it goes. All right, I've got my sawhorses out here. I've got my wire feed welder. I'm going to use some flux core wire in it today. Got that set up, so I just have to lay things out here and on the sawhorses and get started. All right, I've got my little weld magnets on this side here to keep me square and hold things while I tack it. I'm just gonna start at this side, put some tacks here. I'll get the other side squared up and tacked, then I'll go to that middle piece. All right, within an 1/8 inch square, that's all I care about. I've got it tacked up, so I'm just gonna go around now and put some beefier welds on there, make sure it holds together. But it looks like almost done here. Alright, simple as that. We've got a drag. So I don't want to put too much weld in it yet. Kind of did spots around, probably went a little heavier than I should because I want to test it. And if I want to tweak something, I could just cut it apart and re-weld it. So see how this goes. I got my trusty bucket of chain out here. And I think I can put together what I need to make this into a drag. I got some random pieces here with some unions there. So I think I'm just going to drill a hole to accept one of these guys, put it through there and tighten it up. Got two on this one chain here. So I just need to find a few lengths that are about the same, hook them together, we'll make that work. Let's see if that works. Perfect. Looky there, we're in business. All right, was able to find everything I needed in my bucket O chain and my junk drawer. Just put a bolt here to hold the three legs together. Ready to go. Just clean up here, and then go take it for a test. Back at my garden project here. I've got the mulch off, it's gone. Got it all moved out of there. Now it's pretty rough yet. I just welded together my drag. I'm gonna pull that around by hand. We'll see how it works to get it level because it's a little rough even for the garden tractor to come over on the other end there. So we'll see how this goes. Well, I like it. I'd say that's a success. Especially like the back piece of angle being the more aggressive cutting. It keeps the front from keeps the front down. I think if the front was more aggressive, it'd want to pop that back up when I'm pulling it. But that in that shape, it seems very stable.